Hey everybody, Keith Campbell here with Keith and Sheila Realty Group, powered by Fathom Realty. So you clicked on this video to learn about how to best prepare your home to sell it. And what I want to talk about is two parts today. I want to talk about what you can do to get your house ready, and I want to talk about what your realtor, your listing agent can do to put you in the best position to get maximum dollars in the shortest amount of days on market. So let's talk first of all about the whole process. This is about marketing. This is about photography. This is about exposure to both other agents and to the marketplace, whether that be through social media, through the MLS, whatever it may be, through syndicated sites like Trulia, Zillow, Realtor.com, Yahoo.com, stuff like, or YahooHomes.com, HotPads, those kind of third-party syndicated sites that pull information from the MLSs, but understand it is not always accurate. We get calls all the time from people on a property that still shows active on Zillow, and it's been closed and sold for weeks or months sometimes. So what you can do is get your house prepared, is to have it thoroughly cleaned, decluttered. Now, some realtors will say, take all your personal pictures down. That's up to you. If you have a bunch of blank walls, number one, you're going to have to fill in a bunch of holes and get touch-up paint to cover up all those holes, or it's going to look a little dilapidated. I would take down sensitive information. If you're military, people can figure out where you've been based on your awards, like air medals or commendation medals or achievement medals and stuff like that. You don't want to give away too much information about who you are and where you've been stationed. But like family photos and stuff, it looks homey. It looks like somebody lives there that loves the home. So I'm not a big fan of taking a lot of pictures down. Touch-up paint, clean and wash your baseboards. Your countertops obviously need to be decluttered. You don't want a bunch of appliances and stuff on them. You want to show the maximum amount of counter space. Wipe down all your cabinets, your baseboards, handrails, doorknobs. If doors are damaged or kids have crayoned all over them and you can't get it off, remember this: one of your best friends for cleaning your house is a magic eraser. Takes off crayon, takes off all kinds of things. But if you need to touch up some paint, do it. Front door, exterior side, you want a nice color, freshly painted. You want a lot of color around the front yard, especially around the entryway, because people are standing there, potential buyers waiting for the agent to get the house open. They're looking around. Buy some cheap, colorful plants, put them in pots, plant them in the ground, whatever works best for you. Fresh mulch, keep your yard mowed and edged while it's on the market. Declutter, declutter, declutter. And if you have excess stuff and you don't want to go buy storage, put it in your garage, but try to focus it into the center of your garage so people can walk around it and still see the garage, still see the water heater, sprinkler controller, a water softener, any of those things that you have. You want them to be able to look at them. You don't want the garage completely blocked off, because then they think you're hiding something. Now, what can your realtor do? This is where it gets important: who you pick, who you choose to use to sell your home. Not all realtors are equal, just like not all chefs are equal, not all policemen are equal, not all home inspectors are equal. Hire somebody who is a listing specialist. That means they sell a lot of houses. And what's a lot? Depends on the market. In our market, if you sell more than 20, you're a high producer, big time. My wife and I, in 2020, we sold 35 houses. 20 of those were listings. So that's pretty good. There's people who have sold a lot more. Be careful with discount listing brokerages, because they're going to give you a price reduction, but trust me, it's not free. They're taking something away. And we're going to talk about all the aspects of a good listing here, and you'll kind of get an idea of what they can eliminate to get that price down. But it might make your house sell for less or take longer to sell. Even in a crazy market like we have right now in May 2021, at least in our market, San Antonio market, houses, or our last 5 listings in the past few months have all been, first day, 3+, 5, 10 offers, well over asking, but doesn't mean you can't get more. So let's talk about what you can do. Number one, and the most important, in my opinion, is professional photography. These agents that show up with their cell phone and say, "Oh, I can take great pictures," or maybe even they have uh, um, a professional camera. Do they have the ability to Photoshop? Do they have the ability to blend images? Do they have the ability to get wide angle shots? Because wide angle lenses are thousands of dollars. One of the things our photographers do, and we hire professional photographers, is they do HDR photography. And what that is where they take every shot, they take 3 exposures from very dark, medium to very light, and they blend them together. They don't change anything. They take out shadows. They bring background light in. If you look at our photos on our listings, they're amazing because we pay top dollar for good photography. You want a professional photographer that has a wide angle lens, who knows how to do HDR and can Photoshop those things. Now you can, if your grass isn't green, you can make it green with Photoshop. I don't recommend that, because if people are expecting a green lawn and they pull up and your lawn's brown, they're already thinking you're hiding things. I'm not a big fan of that. So you do whatever you want. It's not illegal. It's not immoral to change the color of the sky or the grass. But they can't hide blemishes, damage to the property with Photoshop or anything like that. You want drone footage. You want to have a nice approach shot from the air, an overview shot, a backyard shot, and a shot from the drone, 200 feet up, showing the whole neighborhood or subdivision. When you tie that in with your pictures into a video, it's an amazing thing to see. You want video, whether it's a virtual tour or they're blending, or not blending, but they're taking those photos and that drone footage and putting it together. You want something that looks very professional and looks really nice. You want a sign writer. So a sign writer is that 6-inch piece of metal or plastic that's either above the for sale or below the for sale, where sometimes they'll say, "I'm beautiful inside," or "I have a swimming pool," or whatever. We put what we call drive-by technology instant information writers there, and it'll be something like, it'll say 88000, text that number, and then in the message you put fathom and a number. It might be 1 through 20. And that will pull up that particular house with all the photos, the video, all the information, documents, everything that somebody from their smartphone or their tablet can pull all the information on a house in about 5 seconds without having to go home. It's a great thing to have. If you're in a market with multiple MLSs, like in San Antonio market, we have Central Texas MLS, we have San Antonio MLS. You want a listing agent that's a member of both. It's extremely expensive for us as agents to be members of all the MLSs. In our case, it's me and my wife being members of them. So it's really, we spend a lot of money on that. But you want maximum exposure to all the agents who may have a buyer. You want to have a dedicated website or web page just for that property. This is really going to help frame that property to where it's special. You want a listing agent who is very active, has a big footprint in social media. And when I mean that, I'm talking about a Facebook business page that has a lot of followers, Instagram account, LinkedIn account, Twitter, YouTube. All those social media gives exposure to potential buyers and even other agents. We have sold a lot of houses off our social media accounts. I think our Facebook business page has around 3,000 followers. Our LinkedIn connections is, I think, close to 4,000. So we have our YouTube, we have a lot of views. So that makes a big difference. You want to make sure your listing agent prepares a home presentation book to put out at your house during the showings. That presentation book is going to have things like the seller's disclosure, offer instructions, any kind of notices, like for a tree notice or a school notice, survey, HOA profile sheet, features and benefits page, all those things. People will look through that and they realize you are on the ball and you have your house really ready to sell. You're not hiding anything. It just makes for a really great situation when a potential buyer's in your house and they can open that presentation book and see all the information. There'll also be a flyer in there, the MLS sheet. So these are all awesome things that you need. A real estate listing agent or team is going to do all these things at a minimum. I'm not even telling you everything we do because some of that is our proprietary information. And if your agent doesn't know it, that's something they're going to have to learn on their own. But these are the basics. So let's talk about what is a good tool for you as a potential home seller to get. And that's called a home seller's guide. You can download ours at our website, keithandsheila.com. Click on sellers in the top right tab and scroll down, and you can find the page, drop down page for either how to sell your home or a direct link to our home seller's guide. It's free. It's about 26 pages PDF that explains the whole process, and it's a great tool for you. So a lot of our clients use it to check off things as they're getting their house ready to list it. So it's a great tool. So I hope all this information will help you make a really great decision on hiring a listing agent and also your own efforts to get your house ready to sell to get top dollar on the fewest days on market possible. If you have any questions at all, feel free to contact us, call or text me at 830-837-1071. You can email me at kcampbell@fathomrealty.com, or you can visit our website where you can directly message us at keithandsheila.com. You have any questions, please reach out, contact us. Have a blessed and awesome day, and we'll talk to you real soon.